most essentially. Okay, so today, good music. I have an amazing guest. She and my producer have hijacked me. They are both called Labi. Can you imagine? Boachi Danquest, please rise. Because we can't have the Labis take over, at least for now. We'll be talking about affordability, which is a very important topic. I know I say everything is important, but this is also very important. It's going to help us know what to do when we are starting life, because everybody starts life at a particular point in time. And so I'll go off, come back again with our DIY, do it yourself segments, and then Anita and I will just go straight in. So enjoy the spot of music. See you soon. Bye. Was Sefa. I told you good music only on Z, your number one lifestyle program. Before I start with the DIY, let me start by mentioning the contact numbers so that you can send in your messages. And kindly note that this program is also live on Facebook, on X, and on our YouTube channel. So look for anything ZFM, GH, or Z Multimedia and find us and be part of the discussion. We need your questions. We need to put Anita on the spot today, so please. So the WhatsApp line is 0544 321 019. I'm repeating, please. 0544 321 019. Today's DIY segment, I'm going to talk about wooden crates, using empty wooden crates or repurposing empty wooden crates. We get wooden crates mainly from two places. During Christmas, we get them in hampers. We use them for hampers, and after we eat all the yummy stuff, we just throw it somewhere or get rid of it. Then also when we have relatives, friends, loved ones send us items outside, like from where sending us nice things from Europe or wherever, it comes in these nice crates, wooden crates. We get the things, we use them as storage, and we just like put them somewhere. But what I'm going to tell you today is that you can repurpose them as coffee tables or repurpose them as bedside tables. Okay, when you get them, let me start with those which are coming from overseas. So those are normally of good quality, so you don't really need to find a carpenter or a sprayer to check if there are insects or anything like on them with a chemical known as this one. No, these are of good quality, very strong wood. So when you find those ones, or if they are sent to you, what you need to do is to restain them. Normally they come in a plain color of the wood, so kindly restain them in the color that you prefer. If it's in your bedroom and your bedroom has a gray theme or a brown theme or whatever, stain it in that color and just put it by your bedside, you know, and you can put a lamp on it, you can put your books on it, and it will fit perfectly in your rustic theme. But if you have the local ones made here and you're not sure of the quality, first off, you can spray to ensure that it has no insects, no bugs, no anything, and also stain or repurpose them the same way. You can have it beautifully done in your living room or have it in your bedroom. Or you can intentionally go to a carpenter and say, design a crate for me. You know, give them dimensions as you want, different sizes, and voila, you have a table or you have a bedside. So yes, this is your affordable tip, which fits perfectly in today's topic for today. All right then.
I'll break it down into three.
Please do.
But before I even break it down to three, you need to understand the space you've rented. Mm-hmm. If it's a home, you need to understand the layout, mm-hmm. the flow of the room. That's the first thing. Then I'll break the planning into three. You need to come up with a budget. Mm-hmm. You cannot work without a budget. Mm-hmm. The budget is what guides you. Mm-hmm. And when you've done that, then you need to ask yourself what you're looking to achieve. Mm-hmm. What style are you going for? Mm-hmm. What will help in determining this is to use the tools you have. Mm-hmm. We have Pinterest, we have House. These are all apps you can download. Mm-hmm. So you go on Pinterest, and then you look at styles, you look at pieces out there, you put it together, and then you create something called an inspiration look or a mood board, something of that sort, to give you an idea of what you are looking to achieve. Then when you have that, then you can ask yourself, what can I use that I already have? Is there some lamp your parents bought for you when you did well back in school? Is it some bed sheets that you recently bought is still in good shape? What are the things I currently have that I can still use? So all these three things fall under the planning bit. So if you have these three things checked, and then you understand the flow of the room, the layout of the room, I think you're in the right direction.
Okay. And you see what Anita did? It's just takes me back to last week when layout was mentioned extensively. Layout is important. You can't just go into any space and just begin to put things anywhere. You must understand where the windows are, where the doors are, how the doors open, right? Essentially how you want to move within and around the space. So you see, Anita knows what she's talking about. And please, when I was moving to my first home, I took all my parents' chairs. Because furniture is always the big bite, So I took all my parents. My mother was like, hey, what? I'm like, please, come buy chairs. Give me your chairs. Okay. But still on the planning and budgeting, what mistakes are we making when it comes to that? Like, for instance, I've finished school, I've gone to Pinterest, I've gone on House, I've come to famous Instagram, I've seen all the themes and all the whatever. And I know very well that I can't afford, right?
Yes.
But in my mind, I'm like, I want this. What is the come to Jesus thing that we must tell ourselves in that position?
Okay, so you are not obligated.
Anita, tell them.
You are not obligated to have the same thing as you've seen. That's why I said create, and it's supposed to just guide you.
Yes.
The fact that you've seen a bed which is costing 15,000 cedis, and that is like your whole year salary, doesn't necessarily mean you should own the same bed. If you can afford it, perfect. But sometimes there's so many ways of going around it. You can have a carpenter fabricate what you have seen for you. That's an option. You can have there are so many ways. There are so many declutter pages on Instagram. You may find somebody selling his bed which is close enough to what you find. You can purchase that. But really it is about, like I said, having a budget and then making sure you are within your budget judiciously.
Okay. Another thing that we go through when we are furnishing for people is sourcing. You should see Anita in studio. She gave me this deep breath, I get you. I feel you. It's what I think when we talking about it before we came on air. Sourcing and shopping smart. Anita, how are we going to figure that one out? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so I put down some tips.
Okay.
I'm going to share.
Please do.
So I call it the smart shopping tips.
Okay.
Number one, you need to be patient. You need to take your time to find the best picks and save up for the bigger purchases. That's number one. Number two, you need to shop smart. Look for items in discounted stores. Ask questions, online markets, buy used furniture if need be. I'll give you an instance. If you cannot afford the beautiful sofa you saw at Oka, given the fact that you're out of school, this is like your first job, you're saving money, you can always go to La Paz.
Tell them.
The Nyameche area.
Yes, they bring
You just need to
things.
find a furniture that has a good make. If the make is beautiful, you can always reupholster it and make it nice. But there's a but.
There's a but. I'm listening.
Before you go in and go like, oh, Anita said I can go to La Paz, Nyameche, and go and buy myself a sofa, you need to have your upholstery person on standby. You need to go send a picture of the sofa or whichever furniture you're looking to buy, take a video, get a tape measure, take measurements and everything, send to the upholstery person. You need to get him to give you a quotation of the fabric, how many yards he's going to need, how much he's going to charge for his workmanship, if he needs to spray it, whatever. He needs to give you all of this information. You need to add it to however much you're buying the furniture for.
Okay.
You need to put it together. Be sure it makes sense, because sometimes if you're not careful, you may even end up spending more.
Yes.
And then the last thing I would say about the smart shopping tips, you need to measure.
Okay.
Before you go buy anything, you have your space. You know your space. Get a tape measure. I always have a tape measure somewhere in my purse, in my bag, in my car. I always have a tape measure. You need to measure the space, because if, for argument's sake, you have a smaller room and then you go and buy yourself a 180 centimeters by 200 centimeters queen size
How
bed.
will you even work around?
Exactly. So you need to measure the space before you even leave your house. So these are my 3 smart shopping tips I'll share today.
Okay, and to add to what Anita said, it just reminds me of, some of the chairs or furniture that is brought in from Europe,
Yes.
right? We really, and this is an honest to Jesus thing, we really don't have the expertise when it comes to reupholstering.
Yes.
We don't have some of the I call them in bits, like some of the metals, the
Yes.
reclining things.
Yes.
So if the upholster is not good, they would literally spoil whatever chair. And it's an experience I've gone through. So I tell people, if it's a high-end foreign chair that you already know that you haven't seen this being made in Ghana, do not, under no circumstance, go and buy it and call any interior designer or say, oh, please come and check it. Because we'll tell you the same thing,
Yes.
that this cannot be done. Not because we don't want to do it, but this cannot be done. So always check the type of chairs also that you are shopping for in the thrift market. Make sure that if it's that one you want, make sure that it works well before you go and put it in any space. And then also make sure that all the holes and everything, there are no bugs or any weird insects coming. It's a thing, But sourcing and shopping, right? Okay, so let's say I have the money.
Yes.
So now I have the money.
Okay.
How do I shop right? Because now I have the money, I have an unlimited budget. I think I have an unlimited budget.
Okay.
And the shops are starting from Spintex, they're under bridge. So we are working majestically. I still need to shop right.
Yes.
What are your tips for?
You need to research.
Oh, Anita, is so good. Anita, I like you. You're telling me the things I want them to hear. Yes.
You need to research.
Thank
If you
you.
feel it's a lot of work for you, given the fact that you have a very good budget, you can engage an interior decorator to do all the hard work for you. Then you just stay relaxed, and then when it's ready, you move in.
Okay.
But if you want to do it yourself, you need to do a lot of research.
Thank you.
It takes nothing from you to, whilst you're on the Spintex road, enter pretty much all the shops on the Spintex to see the options available on the market. Compare prices. The fact that you have the money doesn't mean you shouldn't compare prices.
Thank you.
So that is also another thing. And like I always say, in as much as there are lots of shops on the Spintex road, trust me, there are more shops everywhere. Like I kid you not. There's a shop somewhere in Hacho. There's a shop in Osu. There's a shop in East Legon.
Westland, some corner somewhere.
Everywhere.
Even
So,
in Kumasi, you can find something.
I kid you not. And then now there are a lot of individuals who are also having online shops.
Yes.
They source their things from wherever, and then rather than have a physical shop, they've decided to, post their images, videos on Instagram, Facebook, other socials, and sell from there. Look everywhere, and it all comes back to doing your research, asking all the right. So don't just walk into, for argument's sake, Orca Decor and just go and look. They are well-trained sales girls. If you fall in love with a sofa at Orca, ask all the right questions.
Yes.
Is it solid leather? Is it faux leather? Are the legs wood? Are they metal? Can you vouch that is going to last another 3 years? Because even as much as you have money, you also do not want to go and buy something that will last you like 6 months.
Okay.
So ask all the right questions, really.
Okay.
So it comes back to doing your research and making sure you have all the information.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And still stepping or staying at the sourcing smart.
Sure.
January to December, right?
Yes.
At which point is the shopping more, does it make more sense when you're sourcing for furniture? It's an intentional question. I think it's before Christmas. Or just when I think the shops are restocking. But what do you see?
Okay, so I would say, the shops keep bringing stuff in. They sell out, they import, or they even import before they sell out. Christmas time, a lot of the shops flood their shops with Christmas items. Okay. But what I can advise is when you go to the shops, speak with the salespeople, have them see if you're somebody who needs something in, say, a month's time or 2 months' time, you didn't find anything you're looking for, have the salespeople who save your number in their phone. Okay. Because the shops send messages, text messages, like prompting, almost every time. So if they have new collection, because they have your number, you'd have a text message, an SMS from them, and then you are aware that, oh, okay, this shop have got new stuff. So always make sure you have a contact in there who is giving you the information, because the shops, they just keep bringing and bringing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, we're talking about physical stores.
Yes.
How do you, like, online marketing? Because you mentioned that as well. People have, like, they don't have a physical store. They have the items.
Yes.
But you see, we're also afraid of being scammed. Right? And some of them will be like, pay on delivery, you have to bring the thing, you have to literally pay first and all of that. How do we navigate that? Because I know for furniture, you really have to examine it.
Yes.
You cannot do without examination.
So if an online vendor tells you, I'm not doing view before pay, I back off.
Thank you.
Period.
With the full stop.
Yes. I won't even let you deliver to me in my house, because then who is paying for the delivery? Yes. Then there's a whole back and forth with that. Yeah. So I prefer to come to you, no matter where your house is, and come and have a look at it. Or if I'm not convinced, if it's a new piece, I've seen a video which you have posted, I'd ask all the right questions. I would need for you to confirm that there are no issues whatsoever before we proceed. But really, I would want to see it before I make a purchase. And if you're not in agreement with what I am saying, keep your furniture. I'm good.
We are good. That's a brilliant thing. Okay, so I have done my research. Yes. I have sourced the furniture. I know what I want. Okay. Anita, how do I pick it? Like, okay, I have a theme in my mind, but how do I mix the styles? How do I, no, not mix the style. How do I place it all together? Okay. Because people have the idea, but you walk into the home and you're like, hey, what is going on? So what is happening? Why on earth did you do this? Or you're like, how do we start navigating that one?
Okay, so I wouldn't limit it to the textbook knowledge.
Please.
Everybody has a style. Okay. In as much as there's the golden rule, which is the 70-30. So just to break it down, the 70-30 interior design rule is 70% of the room's design should consist of dominant style and color palette, while the 30% is introducing contrasting and complementary aesthetics. That's the rule. Yeah. But it is you. Yes. It is your space.
Your style.
If you feel you love green, so you are going to paint your walls green. So long as you're happy in your space, really, go ahead. But, we have the principles of design. We have the elements of design. You need to understand your color. Whatever you're doing has to sync. Yeah. There has to be balance. There has to be dominance here and there. So placement of things, like the first thing I said was to understand your layout. So if you choose to ignore all of these things and do your own thing, really it's your space, and so long as you're happy, everybody is happy. And then if you're looking to do things right, read, understand principles of design, understand elements of design, understand color, which colors complement each other, which textures complement each other. You have all this information on the internet. How do I place my carpet? Should I buy a 3-2-1-1 or do a 3-2 and then introduce
She's talking about furniture.
Sorry, I
3, 2, 1, 1. She's talking about furniture.
sorry, sofa. I am sorry. Should I buy a 3-seater sofa? The same matching 2-seater sofa, the same matching single chairs. Those are what some people call the 1-seater. Or should I buy the 3-seater sofa, the 2 of the same 3-seater, and then 2 accent chairs just to break the monotony? So we have all of that. But then again, it is your space. Anything that makes you happy, please go ahead.
Okay.
But if you want professional services, then you engage a trained, skilled interior designer or decorator.
Okay. So we have the first question in. Dorcas says,
Okay.
I just moved into my first apartment and I have a really tight budget.
Okay.
What should I buy first? What are the furniture items that I should buy first?
My bed.
Tell them.
Because that's the first thing I'd advise you to buy, your bed.
Yeah.
That is where all the planning happens. You need to be comfortable when you come back home and then you're lying down in the evenings. So buy your mattress first. If you can't even afford the bed frame, buy the mattress. And when you're buying the mattress, get an orthopedic mattress if you can afford. I would advise you to get an orthopedic mattress. But if you cannot afford but like I always say, compare prices, Dorcas. Compare prices. There are so many different mattresses, but be sure it's orthopedic. But if you can't afford orthopedic after comparing prices, then go for what you can afford. Okay. But get your mattress first.
And I think you should also add the beddings, because I always say if you sleep on a very lousy bed sheet, the one that makes you itch, or the one that after one wash,
it actually spoils your mood.
It spoils your mood. You're like, hey,
that is true.
You don't think we're properly, So now the way interior furnishing or decor has gone, we literally do a 360 experience.
Yes.
So if you get an interior furnisher, he or she is most likely to add the bed sheets and add all of that, the duvets, the pillows and all of that. So Anita is very right. You need to, you want to add something?
Yes, just to help Dorcas, when you buy the mattress, so let me give you a little walkthrough. So you need to get yourself a mattress protector if you're somebody who you feel will spill. So get the waterproof mattress protector so you're protecting the mattress. Then you get yourself a bed sheet set. Mind you, if you're getting a queen size mattress, be sure the bed sheet is bigger than the mattress you have. So if your mattress is queen size, your bed sheet has to be bigger, has to be like king. The bed sheets usually comes as the flat sheet, the fitted so let me start the fitted sheet first, the one with the elastic around it. Then the flat sheet is the one we all know, which you tuck in. And then pillowcases, you can choose to do 4 pillowcases, you can choose to do 2 pillowcases. If your bed is queen or king, then you do yourself a king size pillow if you can afford. And then when you are done with the bedding, as in the bed sheets bit, then you get yourself a duvet and a duvet cover. I prefer that. And really, this is also dependent on if you have an air conditioner in the room, because if you don't have an air conditioner, which you're going to be using every evening, you don't have to wrap yourself so much. So if you're doing a duvet and then a duvet cover, I prefer that to a comforter set. That way, you're only washing the duvet cover, and then the duvet is as and when. But if you feel you don't have an air conditioner yet, and just get yourself a throw or a plate. That works either ways. Yes.
Anita is coming back on this because I'll not be taking no from you if you say no. Okay, so we have 2 more questions.
Sure.
One from Lydia. Lydia wants to know negotiating prices. Like, what are the tips? Like, how you know what she's trying to say, right?
Yes, I
Then
do.
let me just sneak in the second one so that when you're done,
Okay.
So the second one is a thrift store piece. How do I know it won't fall apart? How do I know it's of good quality? So if I'm doing a second hand, like, what's that? So the first one is we're negotiating.
Yes.
What do we do?
Okay. You have to bring on your best negotiation skills. For some shops, you may not really have a lot you can do because, they are big shops, and in as much as they are looking to make a sale, they really can't
Be bothered.
But then there are some shops who are also looking to make sales. So in as much as they don't do so much because they are looking to make a sale, they would, make an exception and give you some good discount. So really it's up to you and how well you're able to negotiate. That one is really up to you. But yeah, you can talk and talk and talk. Sometimes when you talk too much, then it's like they are tired of you. So let me just give her the discount and let her go. So that's a way to go about it. And if it's an individual shop, and you can just go and then come back another day. When they feel you love the thing very much, they may, badge and then give you a good deal on that. With the other lady who wanted to know about how to know which thrift piece is good, like I said, make sure the make. So look everywhere. Look beyond, look behind, look
under, let them lift.
Everywhere. If you are not sure or you think this is too much, go with your brother.
Yes, very true.
Look everywhere, because at the end of the day, when you buy, you've given them the money, there's no way they'll give you the money back. So look everywhere. If you see a break somewhere, be sure it's fixable.
Yes.
If there's a part that's missing, that's why I said get an upholstery guy on standby. Show him a very detailed video. Let him advise you in all honesty before you proceed. Yeah.
That's very, very true. And you see, the reason why she keeps hammering on the point that check everywhere is because you look, you see, when the things come, right, most likely they clean and they do their own touch-up before. So when you see it, we are driving past and you see it, or whether you're
it looks very fancy.
It looks so, you're like, oh my God, this is so nice. Then you just go get it. And you see, when you're buying to, they are ruthless salesmen, or those people, they are very ruthless. They'll tell you, oh, it's good. Oh, this one is top quality. And before you realize, you won't check. But when you go and they start, you say, oh, don't worry, I'll buy it for you, but you let me check. And insist on it. So lift it. Check everywhere, the corners. Sit in it,
Yes.
Sit.
Very important.
Very important. Or else it's absolute rubbish you're buying. And nobody can.
Oh, not just to add, and don't go in the evening.
We don't. It's true. We don't buy furniture in the evening.
Don't do that.
I always say our parents or our ancestors were so good when they say you don't sweep, you don't look for coins in the evening, you don't sweep.
Yes.
It's a whole science to that thing. You don't shop in the evening. No, go during the natural light. Go and open your eyes.
Exactly.
If you can't see, go and look for glasses.
Exactly.
So it's very, very important. But still on this topic of thrift, cheap furniture. It's a thing. It's a problem.
Yes.
It's a very big problem we have in this country, because people are shipping in like very low cost furniture, not even top grade, and we are buying, and we have this presumption that, oh, because I don't have money, let me just buy it within year 1, year 2. It's fine. But I always tell people that you can't really do that too, because who says you have money in year 2?
Exactly.
When it begins to spoil, please, I just want your thoughts on that.
Okay.
Fast or cheap furniture doesn't mean affordable furniture. There's a difference.
Nobody has actually been jailed, shamed for not having his or her home put together just after renting it. In fact, nobody has actually been shamed for not having sofas in their living area for 3 years, 4 years.
Yes.
Nobody. Don't put too much pressure on yourself.
There's no rush.
If you cannot afford it now, take your time and save towards it.
Yes.
You also need to decide where to value longevity.
Yes.
And then what you can occasionally update. You need to set that straight.
Okay.
What I like to advise people to do is for the big ticket items to be don't compromise. Your sofa has to be solid. Your bed has to be solid. Your dining chair has to be solid. Anything you are sitting on has to be solid. You are not moving your TV wall unit anywhere. You are not moving your wardrobe anywhere. But your bed, and you see, when you have kids, you cannot even control how they should handle the sofa. So imagine you go and buy cheap in quotes. It's actually going to cost you more. You are not home. The kids are playing, and then they just jump and then bang. The sofa's leg is broken. Then what happens?
Yeah.
You may even hurt your own child.
Yes.
So no,
Yes.
if you don't have the money, wait, save.
Yes.
But if you can afford, make sure you're getting quality,
Yes.
something that will last you another 3 to 5 years
Yes.
or even more.
Yes. And I absolutely 100% endorse what she just said. 100 blocks of cement and whatever. Because I look around and the quality of furniture that is being brought under the guise of, oh, it's affordable. It is cheap. It is cheap.
Yes.
And what hurts me is even the tables. Very cheap as MDF.
And not to cut you,
please.
that's one thing some people do not know, where people mistake MDF for wood. Please, they are two completely different things. Solid wood is different from MDF. I think one of these days you would have to bring those companies that are into the wood fabrication to differentiate between chipboard, MDF, solid wood, and all of that.
Yeah.
When you
Very
go
important.
and then you've seen wood finishing, please do not assume it's a solid wood. It will hurt you if you have a flood. Oh, and then this MDF you have,
It's paper,
you would cry.
it all turns to paper.
Yes, so be and it all comes back to research. Research these things.
Yeah.
When you go to the shop, ask all these questions. Is it solid wood? Is it MDF? Is it chipboard? Is it water resistant? Because if it's a dining table, for argument's sake, you've got kids, and then you know there will be water being poured here and there, and then your table is MDF. And then imagine they'll sell the MDF thing to you for as high as. Then you're better off buying solid wood, where even if there are scratches here and there, it becomes a new design.
Okay.
Yes.
So Gloria from School Junction.
Sure.
Hi, Gloria. Gloria says, do you have any suggestions for decorating a small I love her question. For decorating a small living room without making it look cluttered?
Yes.
You know that's a very big problem.
Yes.
Very big problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Gloria, hi. The first thing I would advise you to do is keep it very neutral. Bold colors tend to make a place feel smaller.
Yeah.
So go for neutral colors. I always say this, in as much as a lot of you like white, I feel white is very clinical.
Too clinical. I'm not in an asylum or something. I mean, what's all that about? Very
so
clinical.
Go for the neutral tones. Your walls have to be as neutral as possible. Very muted sofa color. If you can't afford to do all 3 sets because your space is small, if you can afford to do just the 2-seater sofa or the 3-seater sofa, just get that. If you have space to put an accent chair because you have friends over or whatever, if you have the space, you can do that. Introduce mirror. I would choose mirror over wall art in a smaller space because mirrors tend to make rooms feel bigger. So because you have a smaller space, introduce mirrors here and there, and then do just one focal wall so that everywhere is not bare. So I don't know if you get what I mean. If you can do one wallpaper on one wall, do one, but like I said, keep it very neutral. And then when you have done the basics, which all comes back to the 70-30% rule I was talking about, then you can, if you feel it's bare, then you can start introducing cushions, which has a bit of texture, a bit of color, carpets, but not too much color. So you have 70% of everywhere being very neutral, then you complement it with some texture, some color here and there. And then you have a very beautiful, cute, functional but aesthetically pleasing space.
Okay. And please tell them that they should also look for tables that have storage.
Yes. Even some sofas are sofa beds. So it's a sofa and it's a bed. So if it's like a single room where you cannot afford to have, it's not so big, but you're trying to do so much, you can have the sofa bed. So during the day, it's a sofa. When you're ready to sleep, then you just pull it and then it becomes a bed for you.
Perfect. Niti, I'm coming back on the show. Okay, so we are in Ghana.
Yes.
So cultural and local considerations. I'm sure you furnished spaces where you have done a bit of, like, you've used a bit of our pieces. I'm talking about like artwork.
I actually always love to throw in an African piece.
Please tell them why you do that.
It's a personal choice. I think it's my signature style. But okay, so I come back. You can always do an African art piece, a wall art made by an artist if you cannot afford. There are art students in KUST, there are art students in Accra in the universities.
Yes.
Some are so brilliant and are doing amazing pieces. If you can, and these are students. They're looking for money to live by. So having you buy their art piece is actually also helping them.
Yeah.
So you can get an art piece from them. It's a win-win. And usually, like I said, some are gifted, so their art pieces are as nice as the artists you may have heard of. You can actually just do it yourself. Yes. I'll give you an example. You can get a flat wooden board. There's various cereal boxes you have. The paper boxes, different shapes. You cut them out. You paint the flat wood, say black, and then you spray the cereal boxes, the different shapes. You can do one color or different colors. You stack them on the paper board. Voila, you have an art piece. Then you just hang it.
The reason why I said this is also linking to what you said, that people are moving towards this clinical look.
Yes.
All white, because they've seen that, it's the famous theme minimalist.
Yes.
So they think that everything should look like you're in an asylum. No. And we also tend to want to design our spaces looking at what the other interior designers like outside the country
are doing. Yeah.
But we have beautiful art pieces. We have that depict our landscape.
Yes.
You have people who are giving us beautiful coffee table books.
Yes.
Based on pictures they have taken.
Yes.
So it was an intentional question to let people know that as much as possible, we should try and furnish our style as well.
Yes.
The very first time that I even knew, like I saw something which was close to an ottoman was, there are these round kind of footrests that come from the north. I didn't even, this was like my GSS time that my father went on a trip somewhere up north and he brought about 4. And it's so nice. I think it was, I don't know what skin, it was a lot of skin, and it had this jinyame signs and all of that.
Yes.
Look, if there's somebody making that wholesale here, I think I will be I will be the one, because it's beautiful.
Yes.
To place those things, but it's not all the time that we have to go and be looking at IKEA.
It's actually, it comes out really beautifully when you mix and match.
Yes.
Contemporary and Afrocentrism.
Yeah.
Sorry. It comes out beautifully. So don't just, because you're always sitting on Pinterest and looking at what the
Nate Bacchus is
doing, it doesn't necessarily mean you should stick to, just throw in these local stools.
Yes.
Asesegwa.
Yes.
Just throw in an asesegwa somewhere.
Yes.
If you have a child, as and when is needed, your child can sit on it.
Yes.
If you have a console which has got the base empty, just put an asesegwa there somewhere. You can get these brass sculpture pieces which are locally made.
Very
here,
beautiful.
and then just put it on a center table. Mix and match. Don't just, like I am saying, even if you're doing contemporary, you can still throw in an African piece. So let's utilize the artists we have in Ghana. Let's give them business, because some of them are really good at what they do.
Like when you go to the art center or you go to the...
I get amazed all the time.
I'm like, hey, wow.
I know.
They have beautiful
they
pieces.
Do.
They have beautiful pieces. Let me put you on the spot here again. Interior designers, interior furnishers, why do people run away from us when it comes to furnishing? Because I still think that if you have a small space, you should still talk to an interior designer.
You should.
Please buttress my point for me. Why? Like we need to talk to, because this is things we have studied. We go through the light stuff and the deeper stuff. Okay, so it's not as if you have to really wait till you're going to build your mansion in 100 years before you find an interior designer. What's the thing there?
The myth out there is interior decorators, interior designers are expensive, or they like to just work with wealthy clients.
Not true.
That's not true.
Not true.
And then the good thing about using a good interior decorator or designer is the fact that you may end up not paying anything for their service. I explain. A good interior designer has a very good relationship with all the shops. Some have allocated discounts, like myself. The shops give us, because we are interior decorators and interior designers. When you walk into the shop, you will not get that discount. So for argument's sake, you've given me 10,000 cedis. You want a sofa. I will come back to you. I would have bought you the sofa. I would have used the discount I got, which usually what interior decorators do is to pass on the discount to you, the client, is to use the discount I got to add a carpet to the sofa you wanted. And then I may still even have money to pay for my service. So no, it is not expensive to use an interior, and it's actually easier where you are sitting comfortably. You have a skilled person with many years working experience doing all the leg work, doing all the creative work, doing all of these things to give you a harmonious, serene space. So no, we are not expensive. And then we actually make the work easier.
Okay. Let me come back to the bedroom.
Sure.
Okay. So big ticket item, bed.
Yes.
What was the next one?
So mattress and then bed. I would get myself, depending on my space, either a lounger or an ascent chair. Because when I enter my bedroom, I'm not always lying in the bed. Sometimes I want to be in my little nook in my own bedroom and then read. Sometimes I like to pray, reflect. Yes, for bigger homes, they may have a prayer room, but if you don't have a prayer room, you do your praying inside your space. And sometimes, yes, you're lying on the bed and you're asleep. So I would invest in a lounger or an ascent chair. That's the next thing I'll do. This is to say that I have my wardrobe coming with my bed one time. Yes, the next thing I would invest in is my lounger or my ascent chair.
Okay. So you've just gone into the main question, the main thing for me. Anita, please tell people that we are not supposed to, as if you have the space, we are not supposed to literally sit on our beds.
Oh, no.
I don't know where we learned that thing that now everybody's like, they think that to have a chair or a lounger in the bedroom is a bougie thing.
Oh, no.
It's a necessary thing.
No. Even when you have your shoe rack in your room because you don't have a lot of space, as in when you need to put on your shoes to go, you need to sit somewhere to do that. Especially if you're a lady and then there's a heel. Even if you're a man and you need to lace your shoes, you need to sit. So no, it's not bougie at all. A standard bedroom, if there's a space, you need to have your mattress, your bed, your wardrobe, a lounger. If you can afford to put a bed and bench in front of your bed, you do. You need to have a carpet. You need to have some wall art in the space. You need to have a mirror in the space. And then bedside lamps, scented diffuser, scented candle, tissue holder beside your bedside.
You see how she's rattling.
Sorry, it's because I've been doing this many years, so it comes to me easily. And then you need to have a small, if the lady side, a jewelry, a small something to drop your last piece of jewelry inside just before you sleep.
Okay.
And then these should be it for a basic bedroom.
Basic bedroom.
Yes.
So did you go through the list? if you didn't go through, please play it back where the full thing is, because it's very important. Your bed is not supposed to be your
at all.
That's not where it's supposed to be sitting. You're supposed to have a chair where you can sit, and it helps for posture. Very soon I'll bring a chiropractor in, and you would hear what they will say when they talk about ergonomic chairs. Why Anita mentioned you need an orthopedic mattress. There's a reason why she emphasized. She didn't just say go and buy a mattress. And luckily for us, we have companies here that manufacture it. Yes, so it's not like they're importing. Apart from those who import, we have companies here, 2 big ones.
Yes.
Who manufacture. So you can go to them and tell them specific, I want this. And they even custom.
And the good thing is they custom make it.
Yes, they custom make it. So we have no excuse to tell me that back pain and all of that. Okay, so we have Stephanie. Stephanie says, please, what colors work best for small spaces to make them look bigger? I think you've mentioned, but kindly let's do that for Steph.
Neutral colors.
Okay.
Don't do bold colors. Neutral.
Okay.
Like I said, don't do white.
We're not in an asylum.
Yes, you can't do white. Beige. Coral has got a paint called oyster white. I love it. I love oyster white so much.
Why?
Walk to coral. It complements
everything.
Every color concept, everything.
So you can.
It picks whether gray, beige.
Yeah.
It works perfectly
in any space.
Walk into coral. Tell them you want oyster white. If you are somebody who likes to touch your walls, do the luxurious silk. If you're somebody who can keep your walls neat, do the basic one, the normal one.
Okay.
And then it's also washable.
Okay. We need to encourage people to get washable paint.
Yes. Especially when you have kids.
I mean,
where they are always drawing on the walls and then doing all sort of things.
Yeah, we need to encourage people. So this is another thing I'll have to talk to Praise Bell that we have to bring a whole production on paint.
Yes.
You know, the mixing, matching, from the manufacturer's own mouth. We have to get them in to talk about it because it's so important. Okay, so we have Grace. Also, Grace says, what is the most cost-effective way? Hey, she's putting you on the spot here.
It's fine.
To upgrade my bedroom without replacing everything.
Rearrange.
What am I rearranging?
Everything.
Like what?
You've slept in one position for 5 years, rejiggy things, and I like to do that in my own space. Today, my sofa is turned this way, or my accent chairs are. The 2 of them are sitting here. The next time I flipped it, one is sitting here. Rearrange.
Yeah.
And there's so much joy in doing that. Sometimes you even find things you didn't even know you had. So rearrange.
Okay.
So just one of these days when you have nothing doing, just stand in the space. This is something I do personally. Close your eyes and then picture everything you have. Always have a tape measure. Very sorry, like I said, very necessary. Have a tape measure because whilst you are rearranging, if your wall is this new wall you want to put the sofa or whatever is too small, it may not work. So your tape measure is supposed to guide you to know, okay, I have 180 centimeters. If I flip it this way, I measure, will it work? So pretty much don't change anything, just rejiggy what you have.
Do you know what Anita did right now? She closed her eyes. So
I was standing inside my living area and just doing what I love to do.
So you've heard about upcycling, right?
Yes.
What is it? Is it a new fancy word or it's a thing that's already there? Please run.
I think it's just a smart way of reusing the existing things.
Okay.
Things you ordinarily would have put aside.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now what's your idea about plants?
So the car tires, your mechanic will tell you is it mechanic? Because I'm a woman, I see the sign and I just drive and then they tell you your car tires are spoiled, you need to change them. When you buy new car tires, don't throw the old ones away. You can use you can use them as a planter.
Yeah.
You fill it with black soil. You don't necessarily have to go and buy Zamia for 450, 600. Just find any nice outdoor plant, put it on your porch, and just plant in. You can even make a backyard gardening, but you do it on your front porch.
Yes. Yeah.
You can wine, champagne bottles, when you're done with them, don't throw them away. Fill it with water, cut nice flowers, plants inside, and just line them by your window space, and then they will grow. Sometimes all you need to do is to change the water from time to time. If you can afford, you can do lucky bamboos. They grow perfectly well. You're good to go. Your tea roll, when it gets finished, don't throw the paper core away. Spray them. Use glue to put them together. Create a round circle of some sort with the different types. Get straws. So if you spray the cores, the one you've put together, gold, get straws. Spray them silver or gold or something. So you spray the tea roll core black, and then maybe the straws, you make them gold, and then use glue to stick them in between where you join them. Voila, you have yourself a vase. You just put in an artificial plant by your bedside. You're good
to go. This is proper, affordable, budgeted, stayed in your home like a pro. Before we go,
sure.
Scents. I think it's something that we are not. We are relegating or delegating to a big, you have to be in a certain kind of economic space to have scents in your home. But I think it's time we have beautiful, nice, homely scents, because there are candles and there are diffusers which are specific for that. This should be like your lengthy last advice to us before we run away.
The fact that there's a 20,000 cedi worth scented diffuser somewhere, and I know the price because I bought that for a project, doesn't necessarily mean in my house I need to own that.
I'm coming to your house. I'll come to steal everything.
No, like I said, the fact that I bought it for a project.
I don't believe you.
There are less expensive. I won't use cheaper. There are less expensive options. There's this brand. They've not paid me to advertise, but I like their smell. Birch, BIRCH. You find some. I know they have an Instagram page, but then you usually find them at Melcom. I think it's 99 or 89 cedis for one. There's so much a good smell in your room adds to your sleep.
Repeat that, please. Repeat that.
When somebody enters a space, the first thing they notice is how good the place smells. Even before they look at whatever is happening in the space, the smell is what greets them. So if you can afford, if you have they're actually less expensive ones. The 89 cedis, I think I said, you would find something that smells great, but it's not so expensive. Candles, light them up in the evenings just before you sleep. Set the mood, set the tone. Have a good sleep. Wake up the next morning, go face your hustle.
Anita, thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for coming in. You have been listening to Anita Labi, Z Decor Live. This episode will be repeated on Sundays, but see you next week, and we have to go now. Thank you for tuning in.